Hey everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Now today we are doing a slightly sort of different video. Today we're going to be talking about the My Hero Academia Vigilantes spin-off series. And today we're going to be answering the question, does My Hero Academia Vigilantes need an anime? So without further ado, let's get started. Academia Vigilantes it's the spin-off to like the actual My Hero Academia mainstream anime, and it takes place a couple months roughly before the events of My Hero Academia #1, and it follows Koichi and his journey sort of to becoming like a vigilante, so not quite a hero, but like almost like a Batman sort of thing. So it was first introduced in the Shonen Jump magazines in 2018, and there's a total at the minute in the UK. There's a total of 6 issues, with 7 coming out in sometime later on in the year, and then the 8th one coming out at an unknown date. So personally, I think it would make a really cool anime. Like I've read all 6 of the issues currently available in the UK, and I think it's a really interesting read. So if I were talking release dates, I think a good release date would be sort of between maybe the end of Series 4 and the making of Series 5. Because it's not actually written by Hirokoshi, he wouldn't have to, do anything. It would be whoever else writes it, so it'd be them doing it. And I think it'd be good, because obviously we're not sure when Season 4 is going to end at the minute. There's no, especially in the manga, there's no clear point on where it will end in terms of the anime going alongside it. But yeah, so I think in between it'll be Season 4 and Season 5, so then it gives, the animation studio time to maybe start working on it now, ready for when Season 4 inevitably does end. So in terms of the story, so unfortunately Book 8 is actually the last one, so it wouldn't be a really long series. I can imagine it being maybe like equivalent to like 1 season, so maybe you get maybe like 15 episodes out of it, and I imagine if they were to do 15 episodes, for example, it'd be a bit of filler, because there's only one sort of main overall arc, but in the actual main My Hero Academia there's like arc, like Kaichisaki arc, and then we got the festival arc. Then we have the Mr. Gentleman arc, and then we have also, but the Vigilantes is sort of one big sort of arc of like mini arcs in between, like an umbrella almost. So you're probably thinking, what is it actually about? So as I previously said, it follows Koichi and his sort of journey to becoming a vigilante in a world where quirks are still quite a new thing. So he teams up with Knuckle Duster, who is a quirkless mystery man, and Popstep, who is basically Belle Delphine, who also has an interesting quirk which allows her to sort of double jump effectively, minus the theoretical what would happen if you double jumped. So the quirks are sort of not hero-like in a sort of way. So it's quite interesting to see how the other half actually live. In terms of like, you look at My Hero Academia, all the quirks shown are quite flashy, like fire and ice or explosion, stuff like that. So they're quite mundane quirks, but it's interesting to see how they're actually used in a superhuman society where everyone wants to be a hero. So the main sort of overall sort of arc is that there's this drug called Trigger, which is actually referenced in the Kaichisaki arc. So it's just sort of how that comes about, and it's sort of, the vigilantes just sort of trying to take down this sort of like organization who are making this Trigger drug. So it's a bit darker and sort of realistic in terms of like story, unlike the My Hero Academia where it's like just like fighting, I guess. But yeah, so it is a bit darker than the My Hero Academia, so I reckon it could maybe be a 15. They could take it down a dark route where we have more action. Well, there is lots of action, but we could have more violence, almost. Maybe get it to a 15 to get more older audiences into the My Hero Academia universe. So if, that's one way they could take it, or they could just stick to the story of the drug and all the other characters. In terms of the characters, all considering there's only quite a small cast of main sort of characters, the personalities are quite broad and spread out. It's interesting to see how they sort of react with each other, because there's lots of different personalities clashing at different times, and each have their own ideologies. Also, if you're a big fan of Ozawa, he plays a really big part in the whole thing, and we also see some of his backstory, so like why he became a teacher, like, and just some other stuff as well. And also, if you're a fan of Stain, Stain also plays a small part in issue 3 to 2, or 2 to 3, I'm pretty sure. So you get to see some more of Stain's backstory, which was quite sort of lackluster in the actual mainstream shows. So we get to see sort of his backstory, like where his ideologies came from. And actually, Stain's actually quite an interesting character, if you look at it. So as it's called Vigilantes, we don't see a lot of heroes in all like the big fight scenes. At the moment, there is no big fight scene that's building up. At the minute, there's no clear sort of like climax that's going to happen. Where with My Hero Academia, you knew there's going to be One for All versus All Might. We knew that was going to happen, but there's no sort of clear ending. So I think the ending's going to be quite interesting. Okay, it's editing Stanley here. I don't know what happened to the rest of that clip. It just sort of cut out, the audio cut out, because you can hear my mic was crackling quite a bit, so it inevitably cut out. But yeah, sorry about that. So I was just about to start talking about the conclusion of the whole video. So yeah, back to the video. So in conclusion, does My Hero Academia Vigilantes need an anime? Short answer, yes, it does. I don't mind when it comes out. Obviously, I gave like a, when it could come out, but I think it would be interesting, and I want to see more people getting into the Vigilantes manga, because it's a really good read, and I think it's good to see something in the My Hero Academia universe that isn't mainstream with like Deku and Bakugo. So it's quite interesting to sort of get to know these new characters and get to know their side of the superhuman society that the manga is based on. So if you enjoyed today's video, yes, I'm sorry, I am a bit late and this is a little bit rushed because last week I couldn't really record a video because I had tests all week, because the school realised we're too happy and thought, let's get them with depression. But yeah, so sorry about this video, maybe a bit rushed or maybe not as good as the other videos. But yeah, hope you all enjoyed today's video. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Do you guys think Vigilantes needs a anime? And just give me your thoughts and comments below. So yeah, that being said, don't forget to like, subscribe, share this video with a friend, and I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye! Bruh.